I have no idea what to do with Chris. What happened? Well, yesterday he told me that he didn't want to be Black. What? I've been trying to educate him about police brutality and racism and prejudice so that he's prepared when he's not around us. Okay. Well, what about the other stuff about being Black? What other stuff? Like the empowerment, the values, the cultural pride, the accolades. Well, he gets that from being around his family. I want him to understand the way that some people may look at him when he's not around us. It sounds like he's getting stressed out because you're providing more protective racial socialization messages than proactive racial socialization messages. I have no idea what half of those words mean. Racial socialization just describes the way that youth like Chris learn about their culture and their heritage and their values. It's meant to prepare them to engage in a socially conscious and diverse world. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So what was the protective and proactive part? Protective racial socialization provides information about oppression and possible feelings of mistrust that individuals may have about belonging to this specific culture. And proactive provides information about pride and possible values and empowerment as a whole. I just assumed that he would get that since he's around us all the time anyway. Well, part of that is true. Racial socialization messages can be intentional, like giving education, taking people to museums, providing books that look like Chris. And it can also be unintentional, like seeing the way that we engage around different people and the way our tone may change around different people, or even the way our expectations may change when different people are around. So it seems like I'm being more intentional with negative messages and not as intentional with positive messages. Yeah, and that would stress anyone out. You're doing a really good job. You just have to make sure you're having a balance between proactive and protective messaging. How do you know all of this? Did I miss this in our last Black person meeting? I went to a parenting bad children workshop a couple of months ago and I learned a bunch of stuff. I don't think you're supposed to call your children bad. Not bad, BAB, B.B.B, Black and biracial Black children. Oh, all right. I still don't know what that means. It was a 3-hour event provided by Dr. Noble and Dr. Martin, and they talked all about racial socialization and racial identity development and how I could contribute to rearing my children in a different way to make sure that they feel affirmed while also providing them with education. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm incredibly sick of online webinars. They always feel like work. I totally get that. But this one was more engaging. It felt more like a conversation. They facilitated questions. They told us to ask questions. They provided examples. And I really got to bring my own questions into the space so that I could really take full advantage of their expertise. All right, well, that actually sounds amazing. I would love to go to something like that. Well, the next one is being held virtually March 2nd from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Central, and you can find all of the information in the bios of Dr. Martin and Dr. Noble.